Hey guys, in this video today I'm going to be comparing Armor Etch with a frosted glass spray paint. They look really similar. I've actually used Armor Etch a lot and I have never used the frosted glass spray paint on any project. So today I thought to start off by just comparing the two. They look really similar and I wanted to see how they turn out when I use these in a couple of different techniques. All of the materials that I'm using I am going to have posted in the description box below. There'll be links for everything, and here's a list of everything that I'm using in this video. I'm going to be using one of my designs that you can find in my Etsy store. The link to my Etsy shop is also in the description box below, and you can purchase any of my decals or stencils, and I also do custom designs. So if you have an idea and you would like for me to help you turn that into a stencil or a decal, please feel free to contact me through my Etsy shop and I can definitely help you with any custom designs. Now with this I'm going to apply the decal to my vase, and then I'm going to start with using the etching cream. It takes a little longer to for the etching process, so I'm just going to apply this and then we'll start with the etching. In this portion of the video I did not put on my gloves, but anytime you're using etching cream it is recommended to use gloves. You don't want to get it on your skin, it could burn. And I've covered up the remainder of the glass with painter's tape. I am going to cover the design with a generous amount of etching cream. I coat it on very thick and make sure that it's covered very well, because I actually scrape off the etching cream and reuse it. So I use a lot of it. It's better to have too much on there than not enough. So I'm going to apply the etching cream and then I'm going to let that sit for about 30 minutes. Now I'm going to do a vase that is just completely covered with the etching cream. I put a piece of paper underneath the vase while I'm etching it so I can spin it around without having to touch the glass. That's my technique whenever I don't want to put my gloves on, which again, it's highly recommended to use gloves whenever you're doing any type of etching project. And now I'm moving on to using the spray paint. Spray paint is definitely the faster technique. I only had to put a couple of coats of spray paint on each of these vases. The one with the design, I put 2 coats. I ended up putting 3 coats of paint on the vase that had no design on it, where I cover the entire vase, but that was probably more of a user error. I didn't get the the second coat on there very good, so I ended up putting one more on. And like I mentioned before, whenever I use etching cream, I scrape it off and put it back in the container because it can be reused. I'm using a plastic card. You can use whatever works for you. If you have plastic utensils, that could work as well. I'm going to remove the etching cream from both of the vases, and then I'm going to wash under warm water. You're definitely going to want to put some gloves on for that process. I wash it off with warm water and just rub over the etching cream to get the excess off of it, and then I'll be taking off the stencils to see how the design turned out. Honestly, y'all, you cannot tell which is which just by looking. This one is the etched glass, and this one is the spray painted glass. And if you're just looking at them, they look the exact same. If you look a little closer to the spray painted, it is a little more rough around the edges, and it's more raised. So if you rub your hand over the design, you can feel the paint. The vases that are completely covered, you can definitely tell a difference. I don't know if it's easy to see it on camera, but the etched glass is just a little less smooth. There are some smudge areas that you can see. I put a design on the etched glass. I just wanted to give you an idea of something that you could do to finish the project. Turned out really cute. But if you look really closely, you can just see the smudges a little bit, versus with the paint, it's very smooth. Now, the bad thing about the paint is there are some spots that kind of chipped off a little bit that I barely even touch. So if you're going to do a project using the spray paint, I would try to use a matte seal, something to seal the paint, because it does chip off pretty easily. And you don't have to worry about that if you're doing an etching project. You don't have to worry about it the design coming off. So as far as durability goes, you should definitely stick with etching. I think that both products are great. For more quick and easy projects, I would say the frosted glass is the way to go, but the etching definitely still would be my favorite. Of course, I love to use that for my projects, and it's just more durable. I am going to do a video where I try to see about adding color to each of these. So remember to subscribe. I'll be posting that video very soon, and I'll see you guys then.